Moonwalking with Einstein, The Art and Science of Remembering Everything by Joshua Foer is a fascinating journey into the world of memory and its potential. In this engaging memoir, Foer, a journalist, chronicles his exploration of memory training techniques and his unexpected rise to become the U.S. memory champion in 2006. The book offers a deep dive into the history of memory, the science behind it, and the techniques used by memory experts to achieve astonishing feats. Introduction: The limits of memory and the start of a journey. Foer begins by reflecting on the human mind's limitations and the gradual decline in our reliance on memory in the modern world. With information constantly at our fingertips, people have moved away from the art of memorization. However, Foer becomes intrigued by memory athletes, individuals capable of performing seemingly impossible feats like memorizing the order of a deck of cards in minutes or hundreds of random digits. This curiosity sparks his journey into understanding how memory works and whether these abilities are unique to a select few or accessible to anyone willing to train. The memory techniques, ancient methods for modern minds. At the core of Foer's exploration is the ancient memory technique known as the method of loci, or memory palace. This strategy involves associating information with vivid, often bizarre mental images and placing them within a familiar structure, like a house or a palace. The idea is that our brains are better at remembering visual and spatial information than abstract or disconnected data. This method traces back to ancient Greece, where orators used it to recall long speeches. As Foer begins training with memory experts, he discovers how effective this technique is for memorizing random information, whether it's numbers, words, or card sequences. Foer also explores other mnemonic devices, like chunking, grouping information into manageable units, and linking, creating a narrative or mental association between unrelated items. Through training, he realizes that these techniques don't require an extraordinary mind but rather discipline, creativity, and practice. Neuroscience and the role of memory in everyday life. Foer dives into the science behind memory, meeting neuroscientists and psychologists to understand the biological mechanisms that allow us to store and retrieve information. He learns that memory is malleable and can be trained, much like a muscle, with consistent effort and the right techniques. Through his journey, Foer also confronts the distinction between natural memory and artificial memory, the latter being the learned ability to recall vast amounts of information using techniques like the method of loci. He examines how memory serves not only as a tool for storing facts but also as a critical part of our identity, influencing how we perceive ourselves and interact with the world. The book highlights several famous cases of individuals with exceptional memory abilities, such as S., a Russian journalist who could remember vast amounts of information, and the case of E.P., a man who lost his ability to form new memories but retained his ability to live a functioning life, underscoring the complex nature of memory and its many layers. The Memory Championships, From Novice to Champion. One of the book's central narratives is Foer's own transformation from a curious journalist to a competitive memory athlete. With guidance from memory experts like Ed Cook, a British memory champion, Foer begins rigorous training for the U.S. Memory Championship. His initial training involves memorizing decks of cards, long strings of numbers, and entire poems. The competition itself, held annually in New York, is a battle of mental endurance where participants compete in various memory challenges. These include memorizing hundreds of random numbers, the order of multiple decks of cards, and even the names and faces of strangers. Through perseverance, Foer gradually improves his memory performance, showcasing the potential of the human brain when pushed to its limits. The philosophy and ethics of memory. Beyond practical techniques and competitions, Moonwalking with Einstein also delves into the philosophy and ethics surrounding memory. Foer reflects on the role of memory in human culture and questions what we lose when we no longer rely on our ability to remember. In today's digital age, where people depend on external devices to store information, the art of memory has faded. Foer also touches on the ethics of memory manipulation. Should we embrace memory-enhancing drugs or technologies, or is there something inherently valuable about the imperfections of human memory? He discusses how our fallible memories are integral to our human experience, helping us learn, adapt, and grow. The culmination, victory, and what it all means. After months of training, Foer competes in the U.S. Memory Championship, which culminates in his unexpected victory. Despite being a novice in the memory world, Foer proves that with dedication, almost anyone can improve their memory and accomplish seemingly extraordinary feats. However, the victory also leaves Foer contemplating the nature of memory. His journey from ordinary forgetfulness to U.S. Memory Champion sheds light on the vast potential within everyone's brain, but it also raises questions about the utility of such abilities in everyday life. While memory techniques can help us achieve amazing feats, Foer acknowledges that they don't necessarily equate to deeper understanding or wisdom. Conclusion: rediscovering the power of memory. Moonwalking with Einstein is more than a book about memory championships. It is a reflection on the human mind and its untapped potential. Foer's exploration demonstrates that memory is not just a passive storage system but a skill that can be honed and expanded with the right tools and practice. At its heart, the book is about the journey to rediscover the art of remembering in an age where it is increasingly neglected. Foer argues that memory is a fundamental aspect of human experience, shaping how we see the world, relate to others, and understand ourselves. Through his personal transformation, he invites readers to reconsider the role of memory in their own lives and perhaps take steps to enhance their cognitive abilities. In the end, Foer's message is both inspiring and cautionary. While mastering memory techniques can yield impressive results, they are no substitute for true understanding or creativity. Nonetheless, Moonwalking with Einstein leaves readers with the empowering notion that their minds are capable of far more than they ever imagined.